So I was listening to a podcast and the interviewer asked, "What was your defining moment? What made you change your ways?" And this was in regards to personal finance. And it brought me back to the moment where I remember living with so much shame. I knew that I didn't have any money. I knew I was living not only paycheck to paycheck, but way above my means. I was the guy that would buy a round of drinks for everybody at the bar. I would charge everything. I had to buy a new outfit because I knew that I was going out and there was going to be a group picture and I didn't want to wear the same clothes. That was me back then. That was pretty bad, pretty bad. Well, there was a defining moment and I think I'm going to share it because it really changed my life. But first, there was a couple of moments actually. I remember being at a bookstore, a thrift store actually. It was a thrift store. And I wanted a book to read. And I remember picking up a white colored book, and there was a blonde woman with her face like literally covering the entire face of the book, and it was Susie Orman. And I remember the title being called The Courage to Be Rich. It really intrigued me. I never read a personal finance book before in my life, and I read it, and it really brought back a lot of memories of my childhood. I remember the story about her dad's business. I guess there was a fire and he ran in and grabbed the cashier or the cash register, and it was a defining moment of her life of how what money meant to people. And that really stood out to me, brought me back to like the way I grew up, and like how I was always told that we didn't have money. We lived a life with a lack mentality. And the book was really, really good for me to understand like the reasons why I was acting the way I was. Was I overcompensating because I didn't have a lot as a kid? So I was showing and proving that I had things, in the current day with my friends. That really brought back memories. But I would say that embarrassing shame moment that I had was living with my best friend. We shared a house together. Like I rented a room in a house, and I remember saying that I wanted a new mattress because my back would hurt all the time. And a guy she was dating at that time worked for a mattress company. And she was like, I could probably get us a discount. And so we went. I like was so excited. I would flop on the mattresses, trying them out. Oh, this is too soft. This is too firm. And when it was time to be rung up, I always got butterflies or I got a little nervous thinking that my card would get declined because I always maxed them out or I was very close to the credit limit. That was just the way I lived and I paid the minimum. It was pretty bad. Anyways, I go up there and it's like definitely an expensive mattress. I think it was like $800 at that time. And I remember it was declined. It was declined. And it was right in front of my friend, my best friend. And I was mortified. I was so embarrassed. And then I remembered she literally just pulled out a credit card and paid for it. No questions asked, no hesitation. I think she wanted to spare me the embarrassment. I remember going home and crying because I knew that I had, at that time, it felt like rock bottom for me. Like I couldn't even pay for my own stuff. And one, I was overwhelmed with it was an overwhelmness of kindness that I experienced, and that was really touching too. I will always remember that moment, and I still tell that story today. Anyways, that was my shame moment, and I think the discovering Susie Orman really helped me. Discovering Dave Ramsey, even though I don't completely agree with everything that he says, but just the lifestyle of debt free, and then just getting really involved with the personal finance community. I want to thank everyone who's part of that because the fire community, it really, really inspired me and it really changed my way. So I don't know. That's what I want to share is just my shame story of the day. But that pivoted me towards a new path. And I'm so thankful for that because now my whole life is completely different. No credit card debt. What is your shame story? If you're willing to share it, I think it could help someone else. I think we all have shame around money. So, anyways, hope you guys have a great night. I'll see you guys later. Bye.